Welcome back to The Explainer. I'm your host, and today we're diving into something that literally powers almost everything in tech, yet somehow it still manages to intimidate incredibly smart people. I'm talking about the Linux command line interface. Now, if you've ever felt like a deer in the headlights just staring at a blinking cursor on a black screen, well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to completely demystify the terminal for you.
Stop being afraid of a terminal. It's so incredibly true, isn't it? Terminal anxiety is a very real, very documented feeling for beginners. I mean, it looks like a scene straight out of a hacker movie. There are zero friendly buttons to click, and honestly, it feels like one wrong keystroke could just delete the internet. But here is the real secret that tech professionals know. Mastering just 8 foundational commands is literally all you need to conquer that fear.
So here is our roadmap for today. First up, Part 1, the essentials. And then Part 2, a real example.
Section 1, the essentials. Let's build up your vocabulary with some foundational commands so you can start speaking Linux fluently.
All right, first up is PWD. This simply stands for Print Working Directory, but in human terms, it just means, where am I? When you get completely lost in the vast folder structure of the terminal, and you will, you just type PWD, and it spits out your exact current location in the system. Think of it as the big "You are here" red dot on a mall map.
Next, we have LS. This translates to list, or to keep it conversational, what's actually here. You've figured out where you are with PWD. Now you use this command to see the contents of that current directory. It reveals all the files and folders hiding right in front of you that you just couldn't see otherwise.
Okay, so what if you want to move? That is where CD comes in, which stands for Change Directory. Basically, go there. You're going to use this command all the time to navigate through your folders. You just type CD, hit the space bar, type the name of the folder you want to enter, and hit enter. Boom, you've teleported to that new location.
Now we're getting into actually building things, MKDIR. This stands for Make Directory. If you need a brand new folder right from scratch to organize an upcoming project, you just type this command and the system creates a pristine empty folder for you instantly.
So besides making folders, we obviously need files to put inside them, right? The command for that is touch. I know it sounds a little funny, but it's incredibly useful. It's used to instantly generate a blank, empty file. Whether you need a quick text file for notes or maybe a new script file to code in, touch gets it done in an absolute millisecond.
Let's move on to how we handle those files once they actually exist, starting with CP. This one is super straightforward. It means copy. You use this to duplicate files or entire folders safely without altering the original. And let me tell you, this is an absolute lifesaver when you want to back something up before you start messing around with it.
Then we have MV, which stands for move. But what's really fascinating about this command is that it actually does double duty in Linux. Yes, you can totally use it to relocate a file from one folder to another, but it's also the standard command you use to rename your files. You are essentially moving the file from its old name into a brand new name. Kind of a neat trick, right?
And finally, our 8th essential command, RM, which means remove or delete. Now notice the firm warning attached to this one. Carefully, the Linux terminal does not have a friendly recycle bin by default. When you RM something, it is gone for good, period. So always use this command with immense caution.
Section 2, real example. Look, definitions will only get you so far. Let's actually shift from theory to practice and see how these chain together in the real world.
Here are the high-level steps for our practical project setup workflow. We're going to navigate to our workspace, create our file structure, read the contents of a config file, and finally, search for specific data. 4 simple steps to prove you are rapidly becoming a terminal power user.
Let's simulate a live terminal right now. First, we'll use PWD to verify our location, just making absolutely sure we aren't about to dump a bunch of files in the wrong place. Then, we use CD to jump right into our specific project folder. This is literally the very first step in almost any tech professional's day, finding out exactly where you are and moving to where the work needs to happen.
Now we want to take a look around our project folder by typing ls space-LA. Notice how we added what are called flags to that basic ls command we learned earlier? These little dash modifiers are awesome. They list every single detail about the folder's contents. Adding the A shows hidden system files that usually stay out of sight, and the L gives us this long, detailed list of file sizes, modification dates, and permissions. Next up, let's build out the project's foundation. We'll chain mkdir to create our new project subfolders, and touch to make the new configuration and text files we're going to need. In just a few fast keystrokes, your entire directory structure is fully set up, and your hands never even had to leave the keyboard to reach for a mouse.
Let's say we have a boilerplate template that we absolutely want to keep pristine. Before using the cp command, we only had that one source file. But after running cp, we instantly have duplicated files ready to be tweaked and used in our new directory. It brilliantly illustrates just how immediate and powerful copying essential project files directly from the command line can be.
But what if we want to see what's actually inside one of those config files we just duplicated? Enter a bonus command from our source material, cat. This command displays the contents of a file directly inside the terminal itself. There's no need to wait for some heavy application to load up, no need for a bulky text editor. You literally just type cat, followed by the file name, and it reads the text right out onto your screen. Which beautifully leads us to one of the absolute most powerful tools in all of Linux, grep. By running the command grep space quote port quote space config.json, we're telling the system to search directly inside that specific JSON file for the exact keyword port. Imagine you have a file with thousands upon thousands of lines of code. Instead of opening it and scrolling endlessly, grep finds and displays the exact line you need instantly. Honestly, this is where you truly start to feel like a command line wizard.
And that brings us to the end of our workflow. So the question is, what will you build now? The command line really isn't this terrifying barrier anymore. It's just a blank canvas waiting for your instructions. By mastering these foundational commands, you've unlocked an entirely new, highly efficient way of interacting with your machine. Thanks so much for joining me on The Explainer today, and as always, keep exploring.